You know what days? Motorhome Mondays. Yes, I am out in the wild. I'm not exactly urban today. I thought it'd be fitting because today's security, so I thought I'd leave the motorhome, come away from it and talk to you and answer the questions away from the motorhome, because that's kind of what we're talking about, you know, leaving the motorhome on its own and, you know, where to go from how to protect it, I suppose. So let's dive into the question. I don't think there's any housekeeping this week. Keep your questions coming in. If you want to buy some stickers, they're in the link in the description below. I've just released a video. I know, shock, right? I've done the Asda stealth parking. I know people are going to go, stealth parking, it's a motorhome. But if you haven't seen that, then go watch that after this. That's a pretty good video. I cook a massive steak in it, so you know, you definitely want to go see that. I have land, sea and air dinner. That's all I'm going to say. Before we crack on, I want to say that some of these questions might be a little bit similar, but I think with the whole security, along with the whole where'd you empty your toilet thing, please don't ask them. I've got so many videos answering that question. I still get the question every week. But them two subjects, where do you empty your toilet and security, really seems to be like a, I don't know, people think that there's a conspiracy about it, you know, or people just don't want to talk about it, so there must be something going on, you know. So like I say, some of these questions are similar, but they've come through, so I thought I'd just answer them, ask them and answer them. And yeah, you know, I'm as transparent as can be. Obviously, you know, when other van life, YouTube van lifers are going to talk about security, there's going to be things that they're not going to tell you, because that's the point of security, is to keep things secure. I'm going to be as open and honest as I can, because at the end of the day, that's all you can be, really, isn't it? So let's crack on. First question from John. What do you do about security, like laptops, tablets, when you're away from your motorhome, and is this a big problem? So a lot of people thought I'd just answer the question straight up. What do I do? Nothing. That's it. People know I'm a YouTuber. They know that's in there. Joe Blogs down the street doesn't. Just walking past, it doesn't. But in my honest opinion, if someone broke into my motorhome and they saw a laptop, I'd rather them take the laptop and disappear than take the motorhome or start ripping the motorhome apart. Just take the laptop, take the camera, do one. I can replace that. I want as little damage or a little people to touch my motorhome as little as possible. So if someone is going to break in and they're after a quick score and they see my laptop or they see a camera, so be it. I'm not saying I can just buy that again. I'm not saying that's just chump change or it's just, you know, find it down the back of the sofa. I'm not saying that at all. But what was that? Next question from James. When you park overnight, do you feel safe, and what security measures would you recommend for peace of mind? So for peace of mind, I put CCTV in. This wasn't for like security, like, hey, I've got CCTV evidence of someone stealing my motorhome, because obviously everything's inside the motorhome. Unless it's cloud-based, it's all in the motorhome, and you know, that's all gone with it if they take the motorhome. So it wasn't for that. It was purely for so I could see out without making myself known. So I don't have to open the blinds, I don't have to open the curtains. I can see what's going on outside. If I hear a noise or if I think I'm in a dodgy area, that was what I got it for. So I would suggest some cameras. You can get some cheap ones now that you can just plug in 12 volt USB, put them on the dash and they spin round and they're Wi-Fi, so they're really good. And do I feel safe parking overnight? If you're somewhere and you don't feel safe, don't stay there. Don't stay there. If you've got any gut feeling that it's not good, you shouldn't be there, something feels off, it's just a bit dodgy, you're just not settling, just go somewhere else. And I've always said, if you're really in desperate need for sleep, you have to get some sleep, you have to park up, you can't be just roaming around, then just head to a supermarket or head to a pay and display and just do that, just deal with that. Next question from Instagram. It's quite a long question, so I'll put it up on screen now. But basically, it's what do you do to give yourself a chance, a fighting chance against intruders? Well, I just lock my doors and park somewhere that I feel safe and secure, that I don't get a real bad feeling about. I've got CCTV, there's warnings that I've got CCTV, I use a steering lock, and I'm in it. So if you wanna deal with a grizzly me, then I tip my hat to you, because you want to try and take something that's mine. Yeah, it's not gonna fare well for you, buddy. It's not gonna fare well. Next question from Jeff. What do you do to keep your gadgets safe, etc., while you're away from the motorhome? Do you use a safe? Now, again, this goes back to like question 1. First off, the problem with a safe, because a lot of people ask, have you got a safe? Do you lock all your gadgets away? Right, where do you draw the line at what gadgets you lock away? Because and how big is this safe? Now, you're going to need a whole under sofa storage for a safe to fit your laptop, all my cameras, and then there's other gadgets, like there's a drone, and then there's just loads of little things. So where do you draw the line? What's acceptable to be stolen and what's not? Or left out the safe. So you got that. The safe's got to be huge to be put in to fit all that stuff. And then if someone does break in and then they're rummaging around, you're away, you're whatever, they break in, they're rummaging around for something to steal, and they come across this big safe under the sofa, which is bolted in, maybe bolted to the chassis for security. What are they going to do? They're going to think something epic's inside of it, and they're going to start whacking the living daylights out of it, and ripping it up, and ripping your floor, ripping your sofa apart. All of that is probably more expensive in damage than the laptop's worth, especially on a motorhome. Not belittling self-builds at all, but you try and get a piece of wood for the motorhome that's a curved piece of wood. Yeah, they just name their own price. So and you've got to try and find the blooming thing. So no, I've not got a safe. I've got a small safe. I've got a few hiding spots for things like passports, credit cards, and all that. But if it's priceless or something, then don't really have it in the motorhome, or hide it well in the motorhome, but don't hide it obvious with a big metal box around it, because it just screams valuable. Next one from Van. Hi Dads, in your early videos you used some CCTV footage while driving around. Was there a reason you stopped? Was it not allowed or just personal preference? I don't think I used actual CCTV when I was driving around. I've never done that. I've used the footage which I used in the video I've just released when I was in Asda car park, showing the CCTV on the TV, so showing you all 4 cameras what's going on outside. Yeah, no, I've used that. It's not a problem. But I've never used it driving around. Next question from Damien. Is your CCTV running off 12 volt or your inverter? Also, give us an update on your batteries. I bought a single 320 amp version to replace 2 115s and now have power for days. So my power, I've got power for days. I've got power for weeks. I've got power forever. I don't have battery anxiety or anything. Now I'm running on EcoTree's lithium, which I'll put a link to the install up here if you want to see it. It absolutely kicks ass. It absolutely kicks ass. But my CCTV system is a household system. If you look on eBay, you'll be able to see the DVR, and on the back of them, there's usually the input for the power. It will usually say 12 volt. It will come with a normal household brick, but it usually say 12 volt. So you can just chop the end and then wire a 12 volt socket on. So yeah, it runs off 12 volt, no inverter needed. Next question from Mark. Do you have any extra security on your van when you park up? I've got my steering lock, there's an immobilizer, there's CCTV, and then there's me. Me snoring away inside, so yeah, sound like Hagrid. Next question from Jason. What's the best type of added security locks to put on van doors? I would have no idea. In all honesty, I would have no idea. If you're looking at locks and all this and that, just go to a specialist. Just go to a specialist and say, I don't want them doors opening. What one shall I have? And they'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly what you need and what, you know, within price ranges. So I couldn't help you there. Next question from Neil. Do you use wheel locks when you're away from your motorhome, like shopping or meeting friends? I use the steering lock, so I close all the curtains, all my blinds are shut, and CCTV's on, and then I use the steering lock. I've looked at them things where you can get them for the clutch or something, the clutch claw or something. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I've looked at them. They look pretty cool. They do look pretty cool, but I haven't got one. Next one from Steve. Do you worry leaving your van unattended while you go to work? We've had a caravan stolen. Believe me, it sucks. Feel for you there, man. That's not cool in any way, and scumbags should pay for whoever took it. Give me 10 minutes with them. That would be more than enough. Do I worry? When I first moved into the motorhome, yes, I worried like hell, because it's your home, it is your be all and end all. Now, I mean, I'm away from it right now. It's up there. It's about 300 meters, 400 meters away. I have no idea. I could look on the phone now to see the CCTV to make sure it's still in the location I left it. But and I have got CCTV inside, so I can see inside. So I could see if anyone was in it. I'd be pretty freaked if someone was in it and I'm looking at it on the phone, I'll be honest. But now, 4 years in, I don't know how I'd react if it happened, if it got stolen. Don't get me wrong. But I can't control it. You know, you could put iron bars on the windows. You could put the best immobilizer system money can buy. You could have a big safe. You can have everything. You could have a Rottweiler in there for all intents and purposes, and someone can still come along and take it. They just attach it to the eye and drag it onto a flatbed, or lift it onto a flatbed, and then drive away. You can have trackers, you can have this, you can have that. The engine might not work. It might be as good as a chocolate teapot, but it's still gone. But and you've done everything in your physical power to, you know. I mean, some of these celebrities, they've got mansions and they've got whole security teams. People still break into them, you know. You've got banks. Banks are just a honeypot of money, and they spend tons of money for security, you know, and they've got doors like this thick, you know, and people still break in and still go for them. So there is to a point when you just have to let go of that real fear that if it's going to happen, if someone wants it, they're going to take it. You've got to remember, these criminals, that's their job. Their job, not a great job, don't get me wrong, is to take stuff. So they're pretty good on the whole. If they're a career criminal, they're pretty good at their job, so they've mastered how to do it as simply and as easily as possible. All right, if they've got deterrence, they move on to an easy target, but bottom line is, if they want it, they're going to take it. It's as simple as that. It really is. Next question from Danny. When parked up for the night in an urban location, what would you do if someone attempted to steal / break into your motorhome, or worse, you woke up while someone was driving off in it? I have no idea. I don't think anyone could, you know, really honestly answer that. I mean, you'd like to think you'd jump into hero mode and ninja mode and, you know, just kick the living daylights out of them and say, hey, what do you think you're doing, punk? But you don't know. It's fight or flight, isn't it? You haven't got a clue. I mean, it's mine. Yeah, if you're trying to take something that's mine, point blank, I'm not gonna really allow it. But to a point of my life, nah, take it. You can have it. I don't really care. your life's not worth losing for possessions, is it? So if you was driving, you're in traffic, and then someone knocks on your window whilst you're in traffic, and then, you know, they put a knife to your neck or a gun and says, "Get out! I'm taking your motorhome." Fine, have it. It's yours. You know, if I find you on your own, that's going to be another story. And then it's go time, buddy. But you know, when there's pure danger and your life is at risk, then no, just you can have it, mate. The most I'd probably want is my hard drives of all my photos and all my data. But the rest you can have. But yeah, if someone was breaking in, yeah, I'd make as much noise as I could possibly, and there would be a frying pan or something to their head, very sharpish, or to the face. I think it'd be to the face. proper mark 'em. You got to, wouldn't you? If someone's trying to do that, someone's trying to mess with your business, you got to mess with their face. I'm not having any of that. I'm not having any of that. Not at all. That's not cool. Just leave people's stuff alone, people. And lastly, from Peter, I'm about to embark into the world of van life. Once I've converted my van, what type of CCTV system would you recommend? And what's your experience of living in a motorhome? From your experience living in a motorhome, just there's so many out there. Preferably you want Wi-Fi in your motorhome, and then get one that connects to the Wi-Fi, which can then save up to the cloud, and it can notify you of movement. So you can set areas, and you can turn it on and arm it and disarm it when you go out, and then it can alert you, and you can check it from your phone, so you can see what's going on. You can have ones inside your motorhome, so if you've got a dog or a cat or whatever, you can see them inside, so make sure they're all right, and you could see if anyone was inside. But yeah, it's just about having eyes on something. So anything that does the job is it really. But so that's all the questions for security. I just want to say, you know, a lot of people do ask and worry about security and that, and I know I've gone on a bit about it, but there's a point when you just got to let go and just only worry about what you can control. If you've done what you can do, that's the best you can do, and just get out there and live it, because van life is sweet. So don't let the security side put you off. Bad things still happen to people in houses, in buildings, in everywhere. Unfortunately, there are bad people in the world. It sucks, I know. They need a good slap. But that's just my thoughts. No one was harmed in the making of this video. Next week's subject is motorhomes. So get your questions in on the website if you want a chance of getting a shiny sticker, which I'll show you now. Yeah, so keep them questions coming in. I'm going to have another video out this Friday. Look out for that. That is that's me taking on another YouTuber. So I'm going to say, but it's a park up video, so you're going to want to watch it. And I will catch you lot then. Take it easy, guys. Have a great week. Bye.